you my voice. I guess it's kind of got a little bit of a. I've heard people say a lot of times that I remind them of uh, what's her name? Phyllis Hyman and Phoebe
Mm.
Snow. I
Mm.
get that a lot.
Welcome to another episode of Backstage with Jeff Bradshaw, sponsored by the Arizona Jazz Festival, where we take you, a little bit backstage. Today we have a special treat for you. I have one of my dear friends here today. She's a dynamic soul, jazz, and R&B artist known for her rich tone and captivating performances. She's toured with Sheila E. and shared the stage with legendaries like El DeBarge and Common. She's received numerous San Diego Music Awards and recently released her solo project, A Shade of Jade. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my sister, the Sunflower, Miss Rebecca Jade.
Oh, thank you very much for such a nice introduction. What's up, fam? How you
So
doing,
it's all
Jeff?
just we were just together. Like, how is it's so good to see you. So thank you for coming on Backstage with Jeff Bradshaw.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
Um,
it.
I get to do something I haven't been able to do. I mean, I know some of your story, but I get to officially ask the questions of a lot of things that I may or may not know. How did it all begin for you? How did your journey begin in music?
Well, I come from a musical family, which I know is kind of the story for a lot of folks. My mom's a singer, and she used to sing with her father, so we have at least three generations there. And then actually, most recently, my mom last summer learned that her grandmother used to sing and play piano. So we found out it's four generations back, as far as we know, on my mom's side of the family.
Right.
And then on my dad's side, he actually can sing too. He never did it professionally, but he used to love playing the saxophone. And then his mother played piano and accordion. So I really get the music from both sides of the family. Um, I was so in music was so in such a part of my upbringing that I just assumed everybody did it. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like
Yep,
it was
absolutely.
just yeah, it was just part of my life. So that once I was a little older and kind of realized not everybody did music, like not everybody sang, not everybody played an instrument. I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of eye opening for me as at a young age. So yeah, I don't know a part of my life that didn't involve music at all. Uh, so I was always kind of singing. I was always in choirs
Right,
and church plays and musicals,
right.
and I mean that was just part of my whole upbringing, part of my life.
Well,
So
that's so awesome.
yeah, and it wasn't until I was in my 20s that actually like I've done a couple things, like tried to do a girl group when I was 15, and then put out an album when I was like 19 or 20, and then finally was I worked with my mentor. His name's Kamal Kenyatta. He's from Detroit, but he lives here in San Diego,
Okay.
and his band was the first band I ever worked in, and that was when I was in my early 20s. I was like 22, the first band I actually worked with. I was like, okay, and he was like, you can make a living doing music, and I didn't realize that until I was in his band.
Wow. Awesome. 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 I
Yeah.
didn't know that you had music on both sides of your family. That's why I said in this interview, I'm gonna find out so much about you that I didn't know.
Yeah.
You've toured with some legends. Can you tell me maybe a little story or something that happened that changed you during the time that you've toured with, certain legends? There's certain people in our lives, like we've all toured
Yeah.
with major artists and some legends. I have some stories of, touring with different people, but
Yeah.
is there anything that specifically happened that you remember that comes back to you about your experience touring with any legend?
Yeah. Well, I would say for sure Sheila E. I love that woman. She's
Mm,
incredible. What a powerhouse of a woman, on and off the stage.
right.
And I think that's one of the lessons I really took away from when I was able to tour with her was just how she didn't. There were no apologies for who she is. And she always took the music was very serious, is very serious for her. That she always wants to put on the best show possible.
Right.
I always love like she's been able to kind of uh, reinvent herself,
Hmm.
at almost 70. I think she's 68 years old, and
Which is
she's
insane.
insane. And she still puts on an incredible show, and she continues to reinvent herself. And still, like, she won her first Grammy just like a year ago.
Right. Which also is insane.
Insane. It's just, and for somebody who's been in the industry that long, it's aspire to be like her, to have that kind of longevity, and to make no apologies for, being a woman in this industry and still claiming her own space. I just really love that about her, and she's not afraid to use her voice, which I think, a lot of women maybe might be like, I know we're getting stronger and stronger, I feel like, but she's always been,
she's always been outspoken.
Yeah,
she's very
absolutely.
outspoken.
I love that about her.
Awesome. Okay, so I remember when I heard you for the first time. But describe to people that may have never heard you before, never heard your voice, that may be coming to the Arizona Jazz Festival to see you, that have never heard you sing live.
Yeah.
How would you describe your sound?
Oh, wow.
Right.
That's a good question. That's a good challenging question, because it's hard for people to talk about themselves, right? I'd like to say, I suppose, that my voice, I think from my experiences, I've been able to cover a lot of different genres, kind of coming up in different, before I jumped into being an artist and kind of doing my own music. I had worked in lots of different bands. And so that, one of the things that I was told a lot was that I have a bit of a chameleon type of a voice. So if I need to sing R&B, I can give an R&B sound. If I need to sing rock, I can kind of give a rock kind of a feel to my voice. I also love jazz. I had lots of influences growing up to sing jazz. So I feel like I can kind of adapt to the types of styles of music that I enjoy singing, which I love to sing a lot of them. As far as the quality of my voice, I guess it's kind of got a little bit of a. I've heard people say a lot of times that I remind them of what's her name? Phyllis Hyman and Phoebe Snow. I get that a lot. I'm not even kidding. Angela Bofield. I was like, oh man, that's like great company, So,
absolutely.
So that's just to kind of give an idea. I'm not even kidding. I've heard this for like my whole career. I've heard, you remind me so much of Angela Bofield or Phyllis Hyman, Phoebe Snow, that kind of element. But I also like to channel like a little bit of like a Shaka vibe in my sound, and so I feel like that kind of covers my a little bit of the qualities of the sound. If I had to compare myself to anybody,
I would say after now have recorded with you, and after now have officially performed with you live, and being able to sit on the side of the stage and watch you and hear you sing. I don't know. I don't know if because your voice has so many different inflections, and because you can do all of those things. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. What it does, it doesn't. I don't feel like, oh, she sounds like. I don't have that.
I've gotten that too.
I was like, I don't know.
You don't sound like any specific person too.
I'm like, it's just good. It's just really, really good, and it's really pure, and it's so clean, and it's like I just enjoy it, and it doesn't give me anybody. And I love Phoebe Snow, and I love Phyllis Hyman. Come on, for Philly. I love Phyllis Hyman, and I love Sarah Vaughan and all these people who songs you can sing and sound and go to those elements in those moments. But I'm just I just hear Rebecca Jade,
I appreciate that.
And as a musician with the ear, I hear you. Like when I hear you sing, I know it's you. And I've heard you sing in different elements and on stage with 8, 9 other singers. when I hear you sing, I know it's you.
Mm,
You do
thank you
have a
very
sound.
much.
You do have a sound. When I hear you sing, I know it's you, and it's clean and it cuts. All right.
Nice.
So,
Thank
and
you so
I'm just
much.
saying that. I'm just not your brother. I'm just not your brother saying that. I'm saying that because I am a fan and I'm somebody who really enjoys what you do. And you know,
Mm.
you my sister and all that. But man, you so dope, and I'm so
I
glad to have you
appreciate
on.
it.
I'm so glad to have
Oh,
you on here with me today.
thank you so much.
I've listened to some. I listened to some of your new music, and
Mm,
it sounds so personal. Um,
mm, mm-hmm.
um, where do you draw from? If I can just answer my own question, like where do you draw from when you're writing? Not this album, but other albums. Where do you draw
Yeah.
inspiration from when you write?
I've, funny enough, and I probably need to stop saying this because, but I feel so new still to writing that
Hmm.
I try to draw from it. I'm learning to draw from everything. I remember even when we did the song on your record,
Hmm.
I don't even know where that came from, but I just remember something kind of came to me about the elements, something about just, like, and I don't know where that came from, but it just kind of spoke to me, and I feel like it's kind of the elements kind of encompass all of everything that we all live and breathe, and so I'm really proud of the song that we had together on your
And
record.
we have to do it, and we have to do it live together. She's speaking of
Yeah.
ours, her featured song on my last album. It's
Yes.
called Destiny.
Yes.
Written and performed by Rebecca Jade. Amazing song. Shameless plug. It's my
No,
show. I
no,
can
it's
do
my
that.
look. I'm plugging it too because I love it. I love it.
Um,
As far as
what you
like
got?
my record and just the way I've been writing, I don't know. I kind of channeled a lot of that was just I don't know about you. I'm a sucker for love songs. I mean, I'm like a '90s R&B,
Absolutely.
SWV and like that kind of. I love love songs and like
Absolutely.
heartbreak songs, and so I have notes of just like ideas that I have come up with over the years. That anything that from personal experiences to TV shows to like stories of people I know or that kind of thing. And then I kind of embody that and see how does that make me feel. And I know some people are so fluid when they write. For me, it's more of
Right. Right.
like I have to almost sit and get in I have to like take the moment when it kind of comes to me. So
Right.
my writing is a little more sporadic, which I'm hoping to improve on that. But
Right.
yeah, I feel like it can come from anything. I mean, the birds outside and creativity, creation and yeah, personal and other people's experiences and movies. I love watching movies and going like, "Oh my God," like if I'm enthralled and it's such a great movie and it makes me feel something, I could almost write to that feeling of that experience.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Hey, yeah, you know me with writing. I'm just like, I don't know. I, melodies come to me in my sleep,
Wow.
because I'm a self-taught musician.
Mm,
A lot of people don't know that. I'm
wow.
self-taught.
I didn't know
So,
that.
yeah, a lot of people don't know that. So I draw melodies, like you said, um, uh, from life experience, from love, but also sometimes you just hear things in your sleep and in your
Yeah.
dreams,
Yep.
and or a kiss or a hug, or
Yes.
from all those things we're inspired by all those things. That's a really, really
Mm-hmm.
good. Not an easy question to answer. You're coming to the Arizona Jazz Festival this year.
Ooh, I'm excited.
November 7th through the 9th. Rebecca
Yep.
Jade will be there. Um, what do you do to prepare for
Mm,
what do you do to prepare for such a big festival?
right.
And what should people expect from you this year? Like, what are you going to wear? Or, like, are you going to bring some new songs? Like, what is
Yeah.
going to be this year? What you bringing? What you bringing?
Yeah, yeah. So when I think of the, Arizona Jazz Festival and like preparing for that, I feel like in the past when I've done that festival, it's like a party vibe. Like it's got
Yes.
energy. It's like people are there to like really absorb music, and so I try to find a happy balance between stuff to get people kind of to dance to also sing along, maybe, you know,
Hmm.
a couple songs that people might be familiar with that they can sing along. I also am like super excited to share some new music that I have coming out, or that will by then will have
Right.
been released. So
Hmm.
hopefully we'll be doing well, and that they'll be able to say, "Oh, I love that song that you know, that you have out right now." So happy to share like brand new music, and just like the songs that you know, I feel like it's important to perform songs that you enjoy performing, you know, like
Absolutely.
you know, it shouldn't just be stuff that you think the people want to
It has to
hear.
be fun for
It
us too,
has to
though.
be fun
It
for
has to
us
be fun for
too.
us too. It's got to be,
Yeah,
it's got to be that thing.
absolutely. Which I think will translate to being, you know, it
Right,
translates
right. It
well, you know.
does.
So,
It does.
and it's just sometimes it's hard to do that because like it's like, you know, the set is a finite amount of time, so you have to be like trying to do the best, put together the best show possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you do that. That's the first place I heard you live 2 years ago.
That's
Was
right.
Arizona Jazz Fest.
Yeah,
I was
yep.
standing there like,
And then you went on later and I saw you had the whole crew like just dancing. I was over there dancing too, man. Super fun.
um,
It's a vibe.
what do you want people? What do you want people to walk away with after seeing you perform? What do
Mm,
you want to leave them with? Like? I always feel like with me, and you see my shows.
hmm.
I want people to feel like they've experienced something that they've never experienced in their life. That they've seen somebody with a trombone, and it was like this lady called me the Gerald Levert of jazz.
Oh,
I was like, okay, I'll take
okay,
that. I'm gonna
okay.
lose some weight though. I had to lose some weight, but it's funny, man. But I
You've
was
been
like,
killing it too, man. You've been
I'll be
killing it.
fine every
Love it. You're
time.
doing
What do
it.
you want people when people walk away? And I've seen people walk away from your shows like, she's so awesome. I've
Yeah.
been there when people walk away
Mm,
at the end of your shows. What do you
yeah.
want? What like
Yeah.
when you're being intentional on
Yeah.
stage? What do you want people to walk away with after seeing your show?
I want people to walk away having felt that similar to you, experience something, you know, unique that is kind of hopefully a one of a kind thing. I want them to walk away feeling like, you know, because folks spend money to see us. So
Yes,
I want them to feel like they got their money's worth. I want them to above and beyond, actually, not just like, okay, that was cool. I want it to be like, oh yeah, I'll pay for this show again and again. Um, I want them to walk away with one of my songs stuck in their head. You know, I want that to be like a thing, like, oh man, that song by Rebecca Jade, da, 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 you know, and they can sing it. I want it to be like a visceral, memorable experience
right,
for
right.
everybody
Because
that
I have a favorite
comes.
song.
Yeah,
I have a favorite song. Uh, my favorite song is uh, the one that goes three different places. Insane,
insane. Yep,
insane.
yep,
That's my.
yep.
Listen, you have to do that every time you perform.
Okay,
That
you
has to be
got
in
it.
your set. Oh
I,
my god,
I love doing that song. I love it. And every
that's my
time,
favorite song.
thank
Live,
you, man.
live.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song to hear you from
Mm, thank
because
you.
not only does the song go three different places, but your voice and the way you deliver and your timbre, the way you
Mm,
deliver three different timbres and three different. It shows that your voice is so versatile that
thank you.
it shows that you're just dope in three different ways on one song. And I think that, and that's risky. That's risky for some people. That can be
Mm,
risky, but
yes.
you walk right in that, like, let me show y'all what I really do. That I'm really not in nobody's box. And I love that for
Mm,
you. And that's why
thank you.
Insane is my favorite song.
Thank you
Um,
so much.
what's next? What's next for you? What's next? Next week?
Yeah.
When's your next show? Like, what's next?
Yeah, I head out actually in 2 days for three shows, a three-run show, one in Branford, Connecticut, and then I go to the Potomac Seafood and Jazz Festival, and then from
Ooh,
there, myself and Andrea Lisa and I are playing at Charlotte, Middle C.
Middle
Jazz
C.
in
I love Middle
Charlotte.
C.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Middle
So
C. It's a cool
I'm
spot.
excited. Yeah, I got three shows coming up and a busy summer. Really, really grateful for a busy summer coming up and new music. So I have a couple
New music,
new
yes.
music coming out. So Andrea, Lisa, and I, so we have a few shows coming up together this summer. So we're putting out a single that we're really proud of.
Come on, single.
Yeah, it's called "Feeling Free."
Feeling free. Okay.
And just about the song. I love this. It's pretty cool because it's like the duet. We both have we have different voices but some similarities, and so it's really exciting to have a song together. And then I have the new single that's actually going to radio next month, August 18th. And that song is with amazing guitar player producer Chris Standring. And so that song is called Not Me, No Way. And he brought in a lyricist, so we all kind of co-wrote the song together.
Right.
And
Standard's
her name
incredible.
is, yeah, he's
He's incredible.
amazing.
Mhm.
And the song, I love the concept of the song because it's about like we all say we're gonna do something, we're gonna change, we're gonna,
Right.
do better and do, and then next thing you know, you're like, here I am back again doing the thing, so not me, no way. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway, so it's a fun concept of a song, and so yeah, it's exciting. So I'm excited to see because
Awesome.
I've never worked with Chris before on
Okay.
a song. So I'm excited to and he puts out great work, and so I'm honored to be a part of this new push of music that's coming out. So
Absolutely. Congratulations.
thank you.
This has been awesome. I'm glad I had the honor of interviewing my sister, who just happens to
Likewise.
be bad to the bone and an amazing person, an amazing human. Um, Look to see Rebecca Jade, y'all, November 7th to the 9th at the Arizona Jazz Festival 2025. It is going to be amazing. If you don't have your tickets, you can make $100 down payment. Just text Coco at 602-244-8444 and try to get a spot. You can get it with $100 down payment. Make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Mhm.
My sister, it was an honor. I love you. Please tell the hubby I said, what up?
Will do. Will
And it
do.
is truly a pleasure. Thank you for coming backstage.
I'm honored to be here. Thank you
With
very
Jeff
much, Jeff.
Bradshaw.
Much
I'll
love,
see you
fam.
next time. Love you so much. Take
Love
care.
you too, fam. Thank
All right.
you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.